Okay, item number 19, Ms. Torbert.
Yeah, there was a couple of surprises tonight, and really good thing to celebrate. But in terms of our board evaluation, I just want to share this, and I want this for the record. I find that this is a very arrogant school board. I have no problem with renaming a building in honor of an outstanding employee, but I do think that it is imperative, mandatory, for this governing body to conduct the district's business in a professional and ethical manner. I asked for any documents related to the history of Green School before this meeting. I asked that the public be given opportunity to comment on the name change, because there is a history that goes along with that school building and that property. So I don't know if we're moving away from best practices, but it sure feels like it. And some of these comments this year, like last year, are very disappointing. And we talk about cohesiveness and working together, and this is not a team. Let's not kid ourselves. I don't know who we're referring to when we say that board members are more interested in personal position and not in the best interest of kids. If there's something that someone here feels applies to me personally, I like it to be said in public so that I can respond. And those are my comments.
Let me be the first to say that I feel exactly that way, Melanie, that you have been very divisive of the board, very divisive in terms of your behaviors when items are discussed, that you choose to just take a completely opposite approach for no apparent reason other than to be different.
Do you got an example of that?
This evening is a perfect example.
Wow, you know, I'm asking again, what is wrong with my asking for this is an Open Meetings Act conversation. There can't be a decision in a drawing that's already ready to go before a meeting, and especially when we've had communication about, I mean, literally, I asked as a board member, can I have the documents before the meeting?
What did you ask?
I understand the history through email communication.
What did you ask? I'm sorry.
Through email communication. It went to everyone.
I'm sorry. I went into the board office myself and went through the files, through the board files, and they had all of the documentation there.
I asked.
Spend an inordinate amount of time going through and taking.
When? Over what matter? What have I requested? We've got.
All right, conversation's over.
Here.
Ms. Torbert.
Well, he's not going to try to.
Ms. Torbert, you're done for now.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm part of the problem, Mr. Eistendig, and I'm tired of you telling us that what we can't communicate.
Ms. Torbert.
Email communication, trying to cut someone off because you don't want.
Ms. Torbert.
What?
Stop.
Stop what? Stop expressing my frustration.
Right.
So maybe what you should do is just stop.
Meeting in 10 seconds.
That's the way to end this one.
Speaking, this meeting's over.
That's the way it should be, because you know what? I'm tired of this. These are possible violations of the Open Meetings Act, and I'm not in favor of that.
Ms. Torbert. Item Agenda 20, Board of Education. Mr. Chase?
I had written a whole bunch of other comments, but David, I guess I have empathy towards Melanie to some extent. I just don't feel that you can cut her off there. If she has the floor to talk, I think she can keep speaking. Again, we don't all agree on everything that we say, but if she's talking, okay. All right, so I'll just say that's all I had to say, David. My general comments that I had. My comments now are just, I'd like to congratulate our graduating seniors this year. I went to my first high school graduation, in, 25 plus years. I was very impressed with the ceremony, and there was a number of excellent speakers. There were some really powerful messages. In addition, I'd like to congratulate the teachers that received their tenure tonight. I know that's a big thing. I wish they were all been here to get their award. And then On a personal note, I wanted to wish Dr. Weisserman and his family well as he leaves. He, along with Dr. Andres, were two of the first people that our family got to know as we got into the school district. And in addition to losing a great principal, we're losing our family doctor too. So it's an all-around sad situation. But we wish them well. And then just briefly at the end, I'd just like to comment on the situation faced by the 33 teachers discussed tonight. This is, again, a very difficult situation for all of us. And it's really important for you guys all to get your answers. And as Dr. Andre said, please send your questions back to them if you didn't get the answers that you needed, and they'll get back to you promptly with that. And again, we'll continue to work with the WBEA with this situation and work towards mending the relationship with all of our teachers. Thank you.
Ms. Singh?
I guess I would just like to wish everyone a peaceful and pleasant summer. We approved a budget tonight, and while I'm glad that we were able to balance the budget and get ourselves out of deficit, I feel a huge level of personal pain that it had to be at the expense of so many people in the district, both staff and students, and so many people paid the ultimate price in the employment world of no job. We had to let so many people go. So many people faced pay cuts. And unfortunately, I think this kind of pain is still permeating many households in Michigan. My own father goes to work all summer and will only get paid for half the summer. They're not paying him for 6 weeks. And he also works in education, and he's in his 41st year at Wayne State University. So I think that this, so I guess I understand what it's like to go to work and not receive a paycheck. I hope that after doing this, after facing this pain, that we can have a fresh start and be able to move forward from a position of financial strength so that when we're able to make the right decisions in the future and continue to strengthen the district. Even under this type of financial stress, we were able to achieve so much academically, and our students continue to excel, and we heard that in the test scores and the amazing things they're doing at the college level. So I think that despite the agony and the pain and what we went through this last year, I think we've hopefully positioned ourselves to be smarter and stronger going forward. Thank you.
Ms. Torbert, you can have the floor, but what we're not going to have, and this goes to the other members of the board, we're not going to have a meeting where board members are going at it with each other across the table. You can have the board, you can have the floor, you can speak. We're not here to stifle your speech, but it's going to be done in an orderly fashion.
I just asked for proof of the accusations. And I don't know what documents you're talking about that I've asked for, but if you can list those things that I asked for that took up your time and how much it was, I'd appreciate that. I like a public report on that. But I don't think that's the case here. So that's all I have to say for tonight.
Dr. Hirsch?
Very short report. I just think we have many fences to mend. We want to work as a team. We appreciate our teachers and all of our employees. And we want our board to work better together, and if we have some fences to mend, then I think that's one thing we should concentrate on. I think we have to focus on the positives of this district. We have a lot of great employees here. We have a great district. I think that at this time, now is the time to look at the positives and move on from here. That concludes my report.
Ms. Sakwa?
In line of time, it's been a very long meeting. I'm in line with a lot of what my fellow board members have said about all the achievements that have gone on in the district, and wish all of our retirees a very blessed retirement, and align myself with what Ms. Singh said. I think she said it very nicely. So hopefully that we can start the school year with a renewed sense of spirit and community somehow, while still being cognizant of what we're going through with all the budget cuts. Thank you.
Mr. Goulding, you had a correction?
Mr. Einsteining, I do. I was, unfortunately, I stand corrected here. I was reading the 2012 election. The terms start January 1, 2012. The election is November 8th, 2011. November 8th, 2011, for the term starting January 1, 2012. And the last day to file nominating petitions is Tuesday, August 18th, 2011. August 18th, 2011. I'm sorry for the error on that.
Mr. Tobin?
I want to wish Blake Pruitt and Gary Weissman a lot of success in their future endeavors, the new positions that they've taken out of state, and wish Kathy Chico the best in her retirement. I know that we will enjoy the Chico Elementary School. Children will come through there for years to come.
Last thing, Mr. Chase, I've been chastised for letting people speak too long. And I resent the implications that I will not let people speak, but you must appreciate that these meetings will be conducted with some order. I understand what your point was and why you said it, but I take the ability to speak, and for everyone who gets to the microphone, even the people sitting here in the audience today, they clearly address the way that they feel. I respect getting up to that microphone.
And David, that's not my point. My point was is that you did not allow her, if Bruce made, or Mr. Tobin made the statement, as soon as Melanie started to respond, you pretty much cut her off. So that was my only point, David. And that, I understand that you let, and we want to let everybody
Okay.
speak. I didn't.
I've got a responsibility to these meetings to keep them orderly as well. I just want to make sure that that's understood. Sir? Sir, I heard you. I don't need to hear. Meeting adjourned.